and Keelien with 35 fights to Petchokun's 53 fights.
What to do, but the other person has obviously got the fight advantage. Anyway, that is the start of round number 1, and we've already started with a big right hand from the red corner. A very fast start. Usually in these 5-round Muay Thai fights, you'll often see the first 2 rounds is that area of downloading the information, using it for the later rounds. But we've already seen Keelien just head out with a straight right. Very rare to see in boxing in general to start your shot with a right cross.
Now, Petchokun is a very technical operator, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the first round. As we often say on the Omnoi shows, you know, they start out very slow in the second round, just downloading the information, taking each other what they have, finding the gaps in each other's games. They tend to fake a lot, and when they fake a lot, they just feint, and they're seeing whether the opponent reacts to it, measuring the distance as well. So you won't see any like very powerful attacks in the first round. They'll just be using the front kick to measure the distance, or they'll just be popping out the jab to measure the distance.
Well, the art of 5 rings often states that once your opponent reacts, or once they react to the feint, you've already won the fight, because you're already doing what you want them to do. You want them to react to exactly what you're throwing, and then you can use it against them. And like we said, these two guys, this is their 3rd fight right now, meaning they already know what they're strong at, they already know what they're weak at, but also they know that their feints are also getting the information that they need for the later rounds. So these feints in this particular round right now are going to be more valuable than they ever was, because they can now do something a little bit different. They can say, I remember what he used to do when he threw a jab, but now you can change things up a little bit. And a big right kick upstairs landed by Keelien. So definitely showing his flexibility. We've got a minute to go of round number 1, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. And Petchokun trying to just get his range, but it looks like Keelien has already found his range quite early on, Joe.
Now, Keelien won the last fight, but Petchokun, he won the second. So it's almost, you know, an even apiece at the moment, but it'll be interesting to see whether Keelien's, you know, looking to stay there with his win, or, you know, Petchokun just pushes forward really, really to take the fight to Keelien, because he knows he's got to get it up to maintain the legacy.
Very good point. I mean, you're usually remembered by your last fight, but in situations like this, it depends how close that second fight was, Joe, as well, because if the first round was dominated and the second round was close, often you remember. Anyways, that is the end of round number 1. So let's see how much information both of these fighters got and how they're going to use them for the later rounds. 5 in total. And that is round 1. 2 very young fighters from Thailand, both 15 years of age. That is the start of round number 2. And I assume we'll see a little bit more activity. Like we said before, these two fighters have fought each other before. What are they going to do differently? What are they going to keep the same? The most exciting part is this. So we've got Keelien in the red corner takes on Petchokun in the blue corner.
You can see there Keelien just popping the front foot up there, just trying to mitigate any forward pressure. Catches the kick, tries to answer back. And often in the second round, things start to pick up. Make sure you stay tuned for the upcoming fight of Hades taking on Pripayak at 108 pounds. So stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be a cracker.
Nice.
Absolute fireworks.
Nicely done by Keelien there to just keep Petchokun almost in a cage as well, not allowing him to really relax. But the referee is asking him to engage more. Now, we can see that Keelien is actually doing a lot of something without really doing anything.
Well, he goes for that beautiful left kick upstairs, but Petchokun trying to bring it back to him.
Very nicely done with a jab there, and he gets Petchokun into the corner. A big knee attempted. Very nicely done by Keelien. Now pushing Petchokun onto the back foot.
It looks like Keelien's trying to push the pressure a bit more because he was tasting the venom from those leg kicks of Petchokun just a moment ago.
Keelien now constantly with the fence, the leg fence, and the big low kick landed by Petchokun.
And you can see the back of Keelien's legs starting to buckle a little bit under the pressure of those leg kicks from Petchokun.
Petchokun very calm, very cool, and like you said, this is how he fights. He's a very high IQ fighter, takes his time, bides his time, and you can see there he doesn't commit to the punch. Very nicely done by Petchokun.
Well, that's one of those things, Jimmy. You don't want to overcommit too early with a big flying knee there from Keelien. You know, it seems like Saturday is the day of flying knees. I was commentating on another show before, and all it was just flying knees. Can they continue the flying knee streak here at Omnoi Stadium? Beautifully timed tip there from Keelien. Petchokun standing strong, though. Inside the clinch, pushes the palm off. That beautiful push off there, very cerebral, trying to break the distance.
Both fighters once again in the center of the ring. We see Petchokun attempt a left hook upstairs. Petchokun isn't committing too much to these punches. He's not leaning in. And I think he must remember from Keelien in the previous fights where he's very tricky, he's very good with the counter punches, and both fighters exchanging body kicks, and that is the end of round number 2. We're going into a third.
Keelien in the red. So let's see what round 3 brings us. The pace will pick up from now on, and it already has. Keelien coming out of the gates with a big 1-2 straight down the line. Petchokun on the back foot. Good defense there.
So if you are just tuning in, we have two 15-year-olds from Thailand. Keelien in the red, Petchokun in the blue. Keelien already pushing the pace, so there's big high kicks, lots of feints, lots of information. I mean, for these two very young kids, they're boxing very, very smartly, Joe.
Now this is becoming a bit of an epic because they've already been in a trilogy, but this is the fourth to their legacy. Oh, nice off-balancing there, catching the leg.
And a big left hand upstairs by Petchokun as he times Keelien as he marches in. And then Keelien comes in with a big right hand. Petchokun pushes him away. The action is starting to pick up in this third round as you predicted.
That's right, Jimmy. That's what we like to see. Oh, nice, beautiful left kick. And it looks like Keelien has started to switch stances now. Back in the southpaw, trying to mix it up a little bit against Petchokun. But now he's back in orthodox.
Both fighters now in the center of the ring. And a big left body kick landed by Petchokun, and a head kick as well attempted. Keelien does not back away and starts to push his opponent to the ropes.
You can see the corner there telling Petchokun to push forward. He's got to start bringing the fight to Keelien a bit more, not just rely on the counter kicks.
Keelien with a nice 1-2, a jab downstairs, followed up with a right hand upstairs.
But look at that beautiful hand placement there by Petchokun. Just taps the hands away, uses the tape nicely, scores with that left kick. Great work, doesn't even have to switch it, just lifts it up. There it is, that counter kick again. Turns him into the rope. Good hand placement there inside the clinch, very good positioning.
Petchokun doing a very good job of controlling the distance. He was constantly sending out those teeps to the knees of Keelien, not allowing him. Keelien now back into the center of the ring as he lands a nice left kick to the ribcage of Petchokun.
And it's like Petchokun's just mitigating any of that forward pressure there by Keelien with the scoring left kick. Just flicks it up there, uses that right teep beautifully.
Right hand downstairs lands by Keelien. Keelien definitely attacking the body of Petchokun. A very exciting third round, less than 20 seconds to go. And Keelien now in the center of the ring trying to set up that body kick that he likes to throw.
There it is, Petchokun scores with that left again. Just flicks it up with ease, doesn't even need to switch it. There he goes with the right.
Keelien now loading up that right hand. He goes to the body and attempts an elbow upstairs but misses the target. And that is the end of round number 3. Very nicely done by Petchokun to stay on that back foot.
Just flicking it up.
And we're already in the 4th round. No time up, and we see Keelien straight away with a left hook, and Petchokun almost tumbling to the canvas. And a knee to the body as well. Keelien just trying to take away the gas tank of Petchokun.
Yeah, a bit of ice in that corner. Not uncommon for Muay Thai to have a bit of a wet corner. So often you'll see slips inside the canvas there. big 1-2, trying to go for the left-right. Good night from Keelien as he locks up in.
Stabbing those knees into the sternum of Petchokun, and now both fighters in the clinch. The referee letting them go to work. Very nicely done by both of these fighters.
So here we are back in center ring, and you can see Keelien really employing the forward pressure now. Petchokun struggling a little bit inside the clinch here, as Keelien's got that more dominant positioning over the top.
The bodywork of Keelien in this fight has been fantastic. I love a good body fighter. It's very unseen in a lot of sports, but Keelien has just been attacking that body as he attempts to go in for a clinch, and very smart Petchokun just turns him.
There we are, beautiful stall there from Petchokun. Petchokun on the back foot now. Keelien just trying to edge forward, find the placement inside the clinch. Beautiful step up left knee there from Keelien. Constant, relentless forward pressure here.
Yeah, and Petchokun, very smart clinches, but also through that check hook. When someone's charging at you, if you can throw that left hook as they charge in, the momentum will hit them a lot harder. The timing will create the power, but Keelien back in the center of the ring, and he attempts a downwards elbow, missing the target. Petchokun now turns him into the ropes.
Yeah, you could see him loading up on that one. It was a little bit telegraphed. You could see with the hand placed right against his head, he was just waiting for Keelien to come in and load up on that elbow inside the clinch. Beautiful kick. Nice little off balance there. Kicks the foot out from underneath him, straight back into the clinch.
Less than a minute to go. Referee is trying to break these two gentlemen up. They do not want to let go. 40 seconds to go. Keelien is back on the front foot with a body kick as well. Petchokun now on the back foot, but Keelien giving him no time to breathe, taking his breath away with kicks, punches.
Back into the pocket and swinging and pushes that head through the rope. Good work there from Keelien.
Keelien, although he's 15 years old, he is boxing incredibly smart, constantly charging at his opponent. A big right knee to the body. Both fighters once again on the ropes in the clinch. The referee separates them once again, and that is the end of round number 4. A very exciting round.
Okay, so here we are for the 5th and final round. Beautiful teep out of the gates there from Keelien, straight into the clinch as Petchokun is trying to find the positioning here, but Keelien just has the upper hand by locking on. A very good strategy there from the man in red.
Big teep by Keelien, both fighters in the center ring. A nice leg kick landed by Petchokun. Slightly tumbles Keelien, and Keelien now on the back foot. Petchokun starting to push the pace.
Well, you're going to see that because I think Keelien did a good job of upping the score in that 4th round. So Petchokun will be looking to make a statement here in the 5th and final round. He'll be pushing the pace, taking the fight to Keelien.
All right, both fighters back in the center of the ring. Petchokun looking for some openings. He goes downstairs with a nice leg kick. Keelien now on the back foot, going for the counter strategy as they engage in a clinch against the ropes. Referee, seen enough already, breaks them up and brings them central ring. And they fight on. Keelien now on the back foot once again. He looks more confident. A big right kick landed by Petchokun nearly sends Keelien to the canvas.
But I think this is what Petchokun needs to do. He needs to take the fight now. He needs to take control of the lead and, scored aggression. Needs to push the fight, push the pace to Keelien, not let Keelien run down the clock and just use that veteran clock control.
Interestingly, 15 years old, but boxing like veterans is a very nice thing to see. Just boxing smart, very cool, very relaxed, very calculated, and a nice right kick landed by Keelien. And Keelien looking like he's almost trying to protect his points, Joe, by dancing on the back foot.
That's right. That's what he's going to be doing. Oh, big right hand over the top from Petchokun.
What a right hand, and Keelien says, come on, give me some more. That's usually a sign of someone who's been hit hard and is hurt. A little bit of blood in the mouth of Keelien.
Okay, locking up now, and this is what I'm talking about. Trying to run down the clock and very slow to get out of the clinch as the referee breaks them apart. Petchokun sticking straight onto him, eats a kick on the way in. Both
fighters now in the clinch, but landing knees. The referee very quick to break them. Less than 30 seconds to go of this fight. Who do you think's going to win it? I think Petchokun is doing a good job, but Keelien definitely feels he's got this one as he lands the teeps towards the end.
There you go, Petchokun on the forward march, trying to make a statement here. Will he be able to take it home? So let's see in just a moment. Our referee will give us the official score, taking the scorecards from the judges.
I'm giving that one to Keelien, Joe. My unofficial scorecard. The man looks like he thinks he's won it as well. Very nicely done by Petchokun, of course, but I think the red corner just dominated towards the end. Very smart boxing. He was front foot for 3 rounds and then back foot for 2. Very nicely done.
And there you had it. Your crystal ball was very clear.
Just a nice victory. Very nice style. I love the body work. I love the constant attack in the early rounds and then completely switch things up in the later rounds. Great boxing by this young man, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of him in the upcoming years. Just